Mr. G setting rings on fire.
Together they are Fran G.
Welcome back to another episode of the FGW podcast. It's your host, Miss Franny Fran, and this is my lovely co-host, Mr. G. We are going to talk tonight about, Saturday night's main event. We'll talk about Monday Night Raw, and then we talk about NXT a tad, and then talk about some of our predictions for this week, as well as heading into the SummerSlam season, which is only next weekend, which is crazy to think it's already here. So with that, let's talk about Saturday night's main event. So, Mr. G, take it away.
All right. So Saturday night's main event happened last Saturday. And, it was a decent show. I mean, it is what it is. I said it on a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a BLE, the
That's right.
budget live event, because you ain't getting much out of these Saturday night's main events. They're not giving you much more than what they want to give you, especially since it got moved to Peacock.
Yes.
They took it off NBC to put it buried on Peacock.
Buried. And you have to have a subscription to watch it. Like, somebody's really trying to have a subscription to Peacock simply to watch Saturday night's main event.
Right. Like, you got to really like this stuff.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I haven't been a Peacock subscriber for a few months, but I subscribed this week because I was like, well, you know what? They're in Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there'll be a little bit more than what they typically give. And, it was a little bit more, but it wasn't worth that whole $10.99 they got out of me. You know what I could have did with $10.99?
I know a lot more than watch the BLE, which is the budget live event of Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, don't do it. Anyways, getting back to the show. Kicking off, we had the Women's Tag Team Championship. It was Paige and Brie Bella versus Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley from
right.
Fatal Influence.
That's right.
Fatal Influence are now the new tag team champions.
That's right.
Came up from NXT about 2 months ago ish,
2-3-ish,
and they are now tag team champions.
They are.
Good for them. We needed some new blood.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't interested in Paige and Brie Bella. So,
I mean, and let's be honest, Brie Bella is ready to go back to her suburban life, take care of them kids. She ain't trying to be out here wrestling no more. The country. It's a lot of work. Especially to be a champion too, a fighting champion at that. So yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But of course it wasn't a clean win. Didn't they have some interjection from what's her face, the main ruler of the Fatal Influence?
JC Jane. She went in there and basically helped Lainey Reed get the pin.
Okay.
She basically reversed the pin that I can't remember the Paige had. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Paige.
yes. There's some shenanigans, but they won.
Okay.
New tag team champion.
All right. New tag team champions. All right. And then what else do we have after that?
So then we had Danhausen versus Big Ed, a.k.a. JD McDonough.
Mr. McBobblehead himself.
Mr. Bobblehead himself. Let me tell you something. Mr. Bobblehead is a very good seller in the ring. Because every time you see him get slammed, I think something seriously would happen. I feel like he's about to die. I don't know how many times I watched JD McDonough get dropped on his head, and I'm just like, man, well, that's it for him. And he just bounces right back up like a bobblehead.
That's because his head's made of rubber.
Yeah, he must be, man. So, listen, the guy's a fantastic worker in the ring. Danhausen, had the numbers game going against him. So, of course, the Mini-Hausens got involved. And then Danhausen went up to the stage and had his cloning machine work. He literally put in a cat, a stuffed animal cat, into the machine to see what it would spit out. And it literally spit out a cat of a different type, also known as New York Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns.
That's right. His big old self. Super tall.
Karl Anthony Towns gets into the ring, choke slams old bobblehead JD McDonough. Then he turns to Dom, choke slams him through a table. And then, of course, Mr. Danhausen does the Triple D, Danhausen death drop on JD McDonough for the win.
Triple D.
And Danhausen and Karl Anthony Towns are celebrating in the ring. So, Danhausen, he now also, we find out later, has a match with Dominic Mysterio at SummerSlam.
Here we go.
What do you think about that?
I'll tell you what I think about that. The same thing I've been thinking about it. It's too much Danhausen. He is not a premium live event show. He is a sideshow. He is a background character. It'd be like if you had R-Truth trying to mainline giant PLEs. What is going on? Danhausen and the teeth? Too much for me. So it's too much Danhausen. I'm a Danhausen fan. We're Fanhausens. Whatever. He's cool. But man, SummerSlam is already not slamming, in my opinion, the way that it's going with some of these matches. And then now they're throwing Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio on the card. So we'll see. We'll talk about SummerSlam later. But yeah, it was cool to watch Danhausen, I guess, the Saturday night main event. Cat's cool. It was, again, it's so gimmicky and so overdone. We've been talking about this, and then, to have it in MSG with the other folks. Then also, we had another appearance by another New York Knicks player later in the Saturday night main event, I believe. So we had another cameo. So it was fine, but I'm done with Danhausen. Too much Danhausen. That's my tagline for this season. Too much Danhausen. WWE. Too much.
Better be careful. He's going to curse you.
Listen, he better not curse me. It's just enough Danhausen if you try and curse me. But any other situation, it's too much.
I've already bribed him. I've given plenty of my human monies. So
too many human monies to count. Right.
So before I get to the next match, I don't want to forget in the pre-show that we weren't able to see, Trick Williams defeated Laredo Kid to retain his United States Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oba cut a passion promo against Brock Lesnar, where basically he was like, "Listen, I'm not locked in there with you. You're locked in there with me. I'm coming for you." Like, I tell you what, I know you're not all that enthused about SummerSlam.
No.
But I am looking forward to this match. I can't wait to watch Oba, man. I got the Oba beat.
That's the beat.
You got the Oba beat.
The fish. He's a fish.
Official right now.
All right.
So, I'm be rocking these Oba bees next week. I bought a meet and greet with Oba too, so I get to go meet him next week.
Rangy gonna meet Oba. Say what? Okay. All right. We ready.
So, yeah, man. So I can't wait for that. But let me get us back on track.
Yeah.
Then we had Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley.
Oof.
Very physical match.
Bloody.
Lyra was busted open like within the first couple minutes of the match.
Busted like a cherry.
Like, my goodness, like she was bleeding all over the place.
All over the place. Like it was all over the ring.
But she got the win. She choked Bayley out. And then afterwards, she slammed her on the steel steps. And I'm like, is that the end of Bayley?
Just kept beating her up. Like, dang.
Yeah. Bayley
had enough. She just kept giving her the 1-2. So.
And we didn't see any follow up on Raw, so that's why everybody's kind of wondering, like,
yeah,
for Bayley.
The speculation online with the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, is that Bayley is getting ready. Her contract is about to be up with WWE, and she's looking into possibly making the move to the AEW circuit instead. So more to come on this developing story. However, I do agree it was quite sus the way that Bayley was beat up, made a fool of. And then there was no chance for her to talk or cut a promo back the following Raw. So I hear you. Yeah, we'll see what's going on there. It's a little fishy. Then
we had the tag team match. You had CM Punk and Cody versus Gunther and Sami Zayn, with the stipulation that if Sami Zayn and Gunther won, they would get added to the WWE Championship match, which is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Good action between the two teams. It was a fun match. Cody and CM Punk got the win.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest story afterwards was, as CM Punk was about to walk out the ring, he hit Cody Rhodes, I believe by mistake, with the title belt strap. He was like putting it on his shoulder, and it flips back like that,
mm-hmm.
hit him in the face, and then he had this whole little blow ups behind backstage afterwards, and I don't know. Cody looked like a petulant child to me. I thought I was an accident. And I'm just sitting there going like, bro, you just blowing up of everything now?
Yeah.
Could this be the first signs of a Cody heel turn? Which means heel, for the folks that are uninitiated, means that is he turning into a bad guy?
Ooh.
Heels are bad guys. Baby faces are good guys.
Yeah.
Is this the start of potentially a Cody Rhodes heel turn?
Ooh, that is a great question. I think that it is absolutely way overdue for a storyline switch. He has been a good babyface, QB1, whatever you want to call him, for how many years? So we'll see. But I'm just not sure if WWE has what it takes to follow that through and for it to be a successful heel turn, because they have had some very huge character misses in the past year and a half to 2 years in their storyline writing. So
not bigger than John Cena and that terrible heel.
John Cena situation, the whole Rock and Travis Scott debacle that came out. They came up, then they went away. Like, then we had the whole Jelly Roll thing, Pat McAfee. They've just been doing some weird stuff the past year. So I think it's overdue for Cody to become a heel, but will WWE and TKO be able to write it to completion to make it make sense and make it be captivating and actually work? That's for us to decide. So
I'll say this: I agree. It is definitely well overdue,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I just have the feeling Cody would become a lot more interesting again as a heel.
For you and me,
I mean, for a lot of folks. I mean,
some people love his Americana QB1 super looks like a Street Fighter character, good guy. Some people love that.
And that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, everything has a shelf life. And to me, like, I feel like his character right now is kind of running its course. Like, we need something new. We need something fresh. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about how Cody puts our kids to sleep.
And
listen to
us.
promos.
Kids and
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
He is also my best nighttime medicine.
There you go.
Just listen to him cut
You
it.
want to fall asleep, listen to Cody Rhodes promo.
Puts me right out.
So I'm just saying, just give me something different. So we're just speculating. We don't know anything. But,
that would be cool.
Him just snapping like that over something so stupid kind of makes me feel like seeds are being planted for a potential heel run.
Maybe he's gonna follow like Sammy in this whole like good guy, bad heel situation. Like Sammy's like a heel, but he's trying to still hold on to like being a good guy because he has a shirt that says the last real good guy, but he's like becoming a heel, right? So I don't know. Which is my whole point. Yes, it's a great idea, but can WWE find a way? Can the storyline writers find a way for it to make sense in the plots? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they can do.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And to finish off the night, we had Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, the NBA champion New York Knicks, come out and essentially do a celebration, if you will, of the Knicks championship. They had a little cameo with Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers and coming out to distract them while Seth Rollins attacked Roman Reigns from behind. Seth Rollins was about to stomp Roman Reigns' face into a chair. And then Jalen Brunson got in the way and said, "Hey, you're not going to do that. This is my house." And so Seth took out his jacket, ready to fight Jalen Brunson. And then Roman Reigns comes in, hits him with a Superman punch, and hits him with a spear. And then Jalen Brunson and Roman Reigns celebrated to go off the air, basically. They brought in the NBA championship. Roman Reigns got to hold it. And then Jalen Brunson got his own specialty, World Heavyweight Championship, to celebrate his championship. Yeah, that's pretty much how it ended. Yeah, fireworks, yada, 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 yada.
That's what I think. It was lame. And you're giving Jalen Brunson way too much acting cred. He literally walked in front of him and said, that's what we got from him. So, yeah, he told Seth in his own way.
Yeah.
He didn't do much. But yeah, it was boo. Nobody wants to close the show with just seeing you two guys just hanging around, gloating with their championships and the small banter back and forth. The super punch was pretty cool though. Roman Reigns and a super punch is always pretty cool. So he did that to Seth Rollins. So that was cool. But yeah, besides that, I could have done without it. Again, I probably could have done it without all of it. And to be honest, I didn't really watch all of it. You watched it. We watched it satellite. I was out of town. We watched it together, but it wasn't something that we sat down and we had a dedicated night to watch. Because we knew it was going to be BS.
Yeah, pretty much. So, anything else on Saturday night's main event?
That's it. Nothing else to say about Saturday night main event. We are done. So, with that, we are going to move on to our next subject, which is going to be talking about this past week's Monday Night Raw. So, this past week's Monday Night Raw, the tag team division is starting to get wild. So, now we saw the Vision versus Javon Evans and Dragon Lee, which is a very entertaining match. Dragon Lee and Javon Evans have been teaming up recently. If you remember, Dragon Lee is now doing the Styles Clash. He's got that move because AJ Styles gave it to him in his retirement, right? So Dragon Lee and Javon Evans, both two upcoming stars, have some potential in them. The Vision, this whole thing, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory. They get Maxine Dupree over there now, former babe of the Alpha Academy, now is the babe of the Vision, apparently. So, which is hilarious because the real Maxine Dupree in real life is married to Cam, whatever his face is, from NXT. But in the storyline, she's Austin Theory's new girl. So that's interesting to see how they all are just with each other somehow. So interesting. But what did you think about this fight or this match?
Didn't really have much. Fun match, nice way to open the show.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't start with a promo, but an actual match for a change. So it's a nice change of pace for Raw.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said, solid match.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I used to love me some Maxine Dupree. I don't know about her turning heel.
Yeah, I forgot you didn't mention the whole Alpha Academy coming out and getting flattened by Braun.
That's right. Her former buddies in Tikazawa. I can't even say that.
Irizawa.
Yeah, that guy. The Star Shorts. And Otis, because, last week, Otis tried to, profess his love for Maxine. Just this whole, it's just, I don't know, whatever. I used to like Maxine Dupree. I don't really know how I feel about her right now, so she's kind of going that category for me. So the whole Vision has already been in the category. So it was fine. But I like Javon Evans and I like Dragon Lee as performers. And so it was obviously disappointing to see them lose. But one day, it won't be forever. The Vision is just holding on to that title, filling it in for now. till they can figure out what they're going to do with the rest of the cruise. So, yeah. All right.
Well, I got a topic. So I think next we should talk about all the women's matches that happened on Raw.
Okay, there were 10.
And all right, so the next segment. So yeah, that was actually a problem, WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these talented women on the roster, and you literally have a 2.5 hour show every Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and you had exactly 0 women's matches today. In fact, the only segment we got from the women wasn't even really about the women.
Yeah.
Because it was Joe Hendry versus bobblehead. JD McDonough.
Oh, yeah, JD McDonough.
And then EO Sky comes out with Danhausen on his little coffin mobile.
Yeah, and
So-
she's doing her thing.
She goes and fights Liv,
Yeah.
and does her whole little thing. And, they're just brawling on the outside doing her thing. But I'm like, that's all we got from the women.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have a women's Intercontinental Championship, but you never know it because it's never defended.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Sol Ruka?
So Ruka, Bailey didn't come out like we talked about, which was already
There was no follow up to Bailey and Lyra. That was a pretty big event. I thought it happened at Saturday Night's main event, right?
Right.
Tells me it doesn't matter.
That's right.
We had no follow up at all. I'm like, what's going on? No Becky. I'm like, do the women not exist anymore? I look at the SummerSlam card. I mean, you got Liv and Io. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And now you have the 5.
Defense.
What, huh?
The one title defense.
The one, two. Liv has
literally.
Speaking of, Liv has not defended her championship since she won at WrestleMania.
At all.
WrestleMania was back in April.
So now we went from WrestleMania to SummerSlam. That's her next
title defense.
defense.
And can you imagine if she loses?
She better. She ain't done nothing besides gallivant and been crazy.
Right. But what I'm saying is, can you imagine what that would do for her credibility if she loses? She has not defended. It's been almost 100 days, and she has not defended the title.
That is already enough for her credibility because she haven't defended the title.
Just for her to lose on her very first defense?
I hope she does. I hope Io Sky wins. I really do, because Io Sky is a better performer than Liv. Liv is wild.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my little side rant.
Yeah, for sure.
Better, man.
Yeah.
There are so many talented women on that roster.
A lot.
Deserve the time.
A lot.
And that somewhere in them 2.5 hours, and not to be thrown in with a segment with Danhausen, which we've already touched on.
Too much Danhausen. Yep. Tagline, remember? I believe, did Oba Femi fight on Monday? I feel
did fight.
Did he fight JD McDonough?
He fought JD. Oh, you know what? So I was wrong.
Head?
So that means that Joe Hendry fought Dom. That's what happened. Joe Hendry fought Dominic. And Oba Femi fought JD McDonough.
All I know is when Oba Femi was fighting JD McDonough, I heard him hitting the uppercuts on his jaw. It again proves the theory that his head is made of rubber. So there it is. It's been proven by Oba Femi's punches. So yeah, it was great to see Oba Femi as always. And of course, destroy anybody in his way. So it's all building up for SummerSlam and the Hell in a Cell match with
Brock Lesnar.
And
there's another segment where Paul Heyman did a whole thing where he talked about the match and everything and about Brock Lesnar. It was like a backstage. I don't know if it was backstage. It seemed like a pre-recorded thing.
Video
so they actually video package. A lot of times Heyman will actually be there. This is one of the rare times he wasn't. So they had a whole thing with talking about the match, stuff like that. So I think we'll talk about some stuff in a bit, but definitely looking forward to that match.
Yep. I can't think of anything else that was honestly memorable from Monday Night Raw this week.
Yeah, the only other thing is just, the main event, you had
was it?
Because I know it ended up with the 6-man brawl at the end. Because Jey Uso came out, Royce Keys came out, Jacob came out.
Who started the fight?
Oh, it was LA Knight. It was LA Knight and Jacob. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. That's
LA Knight and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
This is what our fifth or sixth show. We'll get it together. We'll have it all listed.
Again, that was not memorable. Let's just get back to that part. So since it was not memorable, let's move on to talk about something that we did actually think was kind of interesting this week, which was honestly NXT. Tuesday night NXT was semi-entertaining this week with a couple things. So there was an awesome promo that ended the show with Kendall and Lola Vice, where I believe Kendall said, "I'm going to beat your ass so you can go back to shaking it," something along those lines.
Yep.
And Lola was all in her face too, probably cutting the best promo that she's given, probably since I've been watching her. So it was awesome to see those two, especially since Kendall came out a couple weeks ago and talked about how she was shy and this is outside of her comfort zone and other stuff. It's really cool to see her a couple weeks later just chopping up Lola Vice. and getting ready for another title match between those two. So what did you think about those two?
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of said it. I mean, I thought it was the best promos cut by both of them. And
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have an underground match. Lola Vice has never lost an underground match. She's actually a former MMA fighter. So
Yeah.
is this the first time she'll finally lose one? We'll find out.
We'll see. And then also on NXT, let's see what else we had that go on. We had that Tony D'Angelo and Naruko fighting for the street fight where Tony retained, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of not sure about this Naruko character. I mean, you told me that you had seen some cool stuff of him doing some things in the Japanese circuit, but ever since he got here, I don't know. He seems kind of lame to me. What do you think about the Naruko in NXT?
It's pretty definitive to me that he loses twice that quickly to Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be exiting the world title scene for now.
Yeah.
We saw at the end of the show that I can't think of that guy's name, the one from TNA that just signed.
Santana.
Yeah, Santana.
Mike Santana, right?
Mike Santana.
Yeah.
He's the new signing in NXT coming for the title. So
that was cool. That was a shocker.
They're setting up the next feud of Mike Santana versus
Tony
D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Those should be a good series of matches. As far as Naruko, I mean, I'm interested to see where he goes. I mean, because, they brought him in. They basically shot him to the top. He failed twice to get the championship. Like, maybe he goes after the North American title now with Stephanie's guy.
Yeah, Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne, yeah. I'm terrible with names.
I know my NXT characters. I don't know why.
Miles Bourne, yeah. Maybe that be the next feud for him.
Maybe.
So
maybe.
See.
Yeah. So there's some things brewing, and of course, Shugs was there, of course. So he's always there. So there was some fun stuff brewing in NXT. So I'm excited to see what they kind of try to do. The one thing that they also did, back to Too Much Danhausen, literally Danhausen now is infiltrating NXT because he cursed a tooth that Shiloh put in his mouth because Shiloh's missing a tooth because he's a country bumpkin that had it knocked out, and he then takes it in and takes it out during matches. It's disgusting, but it's his shtick. And Danhausen cursed the tooth, and then he put it in his mouth, and Shiloh's acting weird. And I'm like, here we go. We got Danhausen on NXT now. Too much Danhausen. He's on Raw. He's on SmackDown. He's on NXT. Now he's doing the BLE's Saturday Night main event. He's headlining shows. He was at the show we went to in Tampa. And then he's got a main show here at SummerSlam. WWE. Too much Danhausen. He will not be entertaining and sustainable if you do not slow down the oversaturation of this man in all facets of your business. So thank you. Thank you very much for my soapbox conversation on Danhausen. Too much Danhausen. I need a t-shirt. Okay. Anything else on NXT besides one of my little rant about Danhausen there?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's talk about the road ahead. So a couple things going on for SummerSlam. So Chad Gable won that 7-man gauntlet, and he is going to face Penta for the Intercontinental Championship in Minneapolis, which is Chad Gable's hometown. Also, Fran's hometown. Whoop, whoop. We actually went to college around the same time, so very interesting. What's your prediction there on Penta and Chad Gable, SummerSlam?
I just think that ever since that whole mask versus mask match, they've been trying to build up Gable. He even got this stupid song coming out. And they got his name in it. He's like, Gable. Trying to get everybody to do the little stupid clap.
Yay!
Song, so yeah. So there you go. I just think because it's in Minneapolis, they're gonna want to give them a win. So I'm gonna predict that Chad Gable's gonna win that championship.
Totally agree. I think it's like written, to your point, it's been written that way. And the way that he fought so hard at that mask to mask, and they made such a big deal about where he was from. Like they put it on the board when he was walking out. It was like Chad Gable, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Chad Gable is going to most likely win that, which is going to be cool too, because him and Penta have like a good working like relationship. So I can see it being like really good win where he is a clean win, and then he, they could do the handshake, do the whole sportsman thing. So that's my prediction too. So okay, well. Let's see. We obviously know about the big match at SummerSlam that we're super excited to see, which is going to be Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match. So we were talking about this, and it's hard to determine this one because there's usually Brock Lesnar would be the bad guy in this situation, right? Because he's the heel and Oba Femi's the good guy. But Brock Lesnar is also a native to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he's also talked about retiring. He also has talked about Oba Femi being the one to potentially retire him, that is better than him. So could this be his last match? Will they make him win his last match? Will he lose his last match? I don't know. So what are your predictions on this? This is hard to tell because it's hard to who do you root for? So what do you think, Mr. G? What do you think the outcome of this match is going to be?
Well, I'd say it's not hard for me to figure out who to root for.
Okay.
You know, I got my beads here. Oba Femi all day. Oba Femi about to go and put Brock Lesnar to sleep.
Ooh.
Oba Femi is about to be the next big thing. He's putting down the last big thing to become the next big thing.
Okay.
Oba Femi's on that trajectory to be a champion, and this is just one step of the way.
Yes.
Oba all day over Brock and his fans in Minnesota. Don't matter.
Dang.
Oba all day.
Oba.
So,
Oba over everything. Oba over everything. All right. Yeah, I see Oba winning too. But, you know, back to some of the things we've talked about in the past about some of the script challenges that WWE is having with if the heels versus the baby faces and what that really looks like. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a hell of a match. And I'm super excited to see that one live in person in Minneapolis because FGW will be in the building for this year's SummerSlam, coming to you live from the US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We will be taking all the behind the scenes videos, chit chats, pictures. We're going to be taking pictures with Oba Femi. I'm super excited about that. Are you going to wear the beads?
of course.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have any beads, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to be there. So it's going to be great. So stay tuned for us as we are on that journey. Follow along on social media as we navigate that, and tell us what your predictions are for SummerSlam. Hopefully, we'll get more insight this week on SmackDown about the last few things to round out the card. So let us know what you want to talk about when it comes to SummerSlam. We're going to have a whole special edition for it since we're going to be live in the building for the 2-night event in Minneapolis on August 1st and August 2nd from US Bank Stadium. So with that being said, that is the conclusion of this week's episode of the FGW podcast. So you can follow along with myself, Fantastic Franny Fran, and Mr. G on all your favorite social media platforms at FGW Podcast 07. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and your favorite streaming platform. We can't wait to hear from you and see you next week. So, Mr. G, we're out. Peace.
FGW podcast, yeah, the stakes get higher. She is Fran, he is Mr. G, setting rings on fire.
Together they are Fran G. Watch the belt tilt. We review the main event.
See how the feud is built.
FGW, they watch the shows, they rate the shows. You already know how the wrestle on the mat. No cap on the ratings, we handle all that. Apex energy, steel in the grip.
Watch the hierarchy flip, let the story rip.
FGW.
From the turnbuckle drop to the mic check flow.
FGW. FGW.